Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another live stream with myself, Nathan Hawthorne. Today we're going to be trying to finish off this piece right here that I started in the last live stream, the one that went horrendously wrong, where I crashed halfway through. Hopefully you won't have any of those incidents today. Feel free to throw on any of your own music in the background. Feel free to also ask any questions that you want. And yeah, just enjoy the next hour or two and draw along if you can. So it's always good. So I'm getting a little bit of light shine on my tablet. It's always good when you come back to a piece after a day or two because you see it with fresh eyes. So straight away, just from looking at this piece, I can already see like a slight issue with it that I'm not happy with, which is that the chin is just a bit too big. So I'm going to try taking it down a bit. Now there's two ways in which I can do it. I can either enlarge some of the features in the face and therefore make the features fit the face a bit better, or I could literally just draw down the chin a little bit. And I think I'm probably actually going to go with that choice, just reducing the chin a little bit. So if there's quite a lot of background noise, the earlier I tend to record, earlier in the afternoon that I tend to record, or the later in the morning that I tend to record, the more background noise I'll get in any sort of live stream or even when making my videos for my YouTube channel normally. So it's just one of the things about living in a house with quite a few other people and living so close to our neighbours as we do in most parts of the city. And there we go. So just took down her face a little bit more. Let's see if there's anything that we can do about this nose here. The glare on my Cintiq is absolutely crazy. Like I can barely see anything in some places. I have to close my curtains completely. We'll see how it goes. Noses are always so hard to draw, but we shall get there eventually. Take you round like that. Better. Let's just widen this nostril a bit more. Get in there. Bring this down. curl around just a little bit more. I feel like there should be some bounce light there. That's steaming. This is not a comfortable position. Right. Try to make this nose a little bit more curved and a little less angular. Just highlights in just there. Of course, that's some more later, but for now. They will be useful. Okay, a little bit of light over here. That not working. There we go. Alright, so we're making some good progress with the lower face here. Hi there, Terrell. Good to have you joining us. How are you today? There is so much background noise. You've got people cutting grass. People doing plumbing. This is madness. You're good. You're going to be joining with us today, or are you just chilling out? Oh, thanks. What was the previous video? It depends what order you've been watching my videos in. Do you mean the live stream, or do you mean the one that I posted up earlier today? So that's the podcast one, the core narrative podcast. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the hero podcast. It was actually much longer, but we felt that it was going on to a different topic, so we stopped and just thought, all right, let's just make another one on this, because we will probably turn it into sort of a series where we look at loads of different things, look at what heroes look like in video games and stuff like that, because really that is pretty much what most shows, movies, books and all that sort of stuff are about. It's about this heroic figure. So yeah, hopefully you can look forward to checking those out as well. Terrell, you seem to be a anime fan. What sort of stuff are you watching at the moment? What shows are you watching? What series are you following? Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I remember back in the day when I would literally have a different anime or a different set of anime. Like I'd have 3 or 4 episodes to watch every single day, like newly released ones, because I was watching that many series, like a good 20 at a time. But nope, not as an adult. for multiple reasons, not just because of time, but also because I can spot very quickly when I'm not happy with an anime series and no longer wish to follow it. Back when I was younger, if I started something, I was like, I pretty much have to finish it. I don't feel that anymore though. Now if I don't like something, I'm just like, it's not worth my time. I will not finish this. Let me save it just in case it crashes, because I think we're starting to look pretty good now. If I can just get this eye under control. I think we're almost there. For anybody whose hair is an art student, I came across a very, very interesting video the other day. Not an interesting video, it was a post on Twitter. I cannot for the life of me remember who posted it. A professional artist working in games, I believe. And he mentioned how colour is, and the colour wheel, I guess, or colour block, whatever you want to call it, is 3-dimensional. We display it in 2D, but it's 3D. And I'm really interested in seeing if maybe I can make a video on colour later on. I'm a bit more comfortable about talking about it because I still think it's one of the things that I want to work on a bit more. Have I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? You have not gone beyond episode 3. See, Avatar suffers from one of the issues that that a lot of Western cartoon series suffer from, which is they mess about a lot in the first few episodes, or in the first season as a whole. They're not direct enough. So you're gonna have to watch it for a bit more than 3 episodes to fully get into it. It takes a while. At the moment, they're still just sort of messing about, if I remember correctly. I haven't watched it in years though. I know everyone's watching it recently, but I've watched it twice, so I didn't see a need to watch it again. Looking forward to the Netflix series though. Always remember that your eyeballs are spheres inside the head, so you want to really make sure that it's clear that there is a round ball in here. Yes, it's not looking bad. Let's bring some nice light around here. It's a bit more. And a bit more light around here. Here, the contrast a bit down here. Oh, we're not red enough here. Let's give it more colour in there. Alright, there we go. Just bring this round. Live action Netflix series. Blending skin is hard. I am using the where's the smudge tool with a custom built blended brush, but it's always a bit tough to get it super duper smooth. Oh, I've always found it tough. Let's see if we just bring that across here. Hopefully what we end up with is a bit more faithful to, well, the fact that it's going to be a series and not a movie means that there's no excuse really for it not to be more faithful to the original cartoon than the movie was. The movie was a good movie. If it had been called something else, then I would have said that was a brilliant movie. But it's the fact that if you look at the source material, it was so far departed from it in some very important aspects that you couldn't help but say, nah, this doesn't sit quite right with me. The expanse of the cheek is always so hard to draw, always. Okay, I'm going to leave the eyebrows for a little bit longer. Let's just make our way across the bridge of the nose to the other eye if we can. So we're going to be going a little bit darker around here. I'm still on the first one. I don't think I've ever changed out a pen nib before, and I've been drawing for years, and I've been drawing non-stop for years. I don't understand how people burn them out, honestly, because yeah, I know I don't draw as digitally paint as much as I used to, but back when I was in university, I was literally up every night drawing for hours, and throughout the entire 3 years, I don't think I burnt out a single pen nib. So I honestly don't know how people do it. That's what I'm saying. I understand people change them out because some have different feels, like some are more paper-like, some have springs in them, so you have to push a little bit harder. Gives a little bit more resistance, but yeah. I still don't get how people burn through nibs. I've heard that there's some tablets out there, some other brands where their Cintiq equivalents, so the graphics tablets with the screens built in, where they have a paper-like texture, which I think is pretty cool, because I've always hated the sort of slipperiness of the Cintiq surface and of the shield, the protector surface as well. Why, thank you, Tara. But it's not a great achievement, it's just to do with the way that I draw, I guess, and how frequently I do. Ooh, this is starting to come together. Okay. Let me see. Lower it slightly, make it a little bit colder. Let's see what we can do there. Is this working? Yeah, a little bit warmer. They're becoming cheaper. Good. It's about time. It was twisted that they held the entire market, that they had monopolized it. And apparently, the way they had done that patents made it that almost nobody could challenge them for a long, long time. So it's good that these have driven the prices lower. To be fair though, all the Wacom alternatives that I've tried, none of them feel as good as my Cintiq, in my opinion. So for the time being, they've got me trapped, but we'll see. That might be a bad move. What did I just do? Get a little bit of warmth up here. No. That's not gonna work. Bring it back. Oops. Okay, let's try this again. No. Okay. Hi Daniel, good to see you. Feel free. Feel free to ask her. Can't promise that she'll reply though. What's happening with the rest of our eyebrow? I'm just trying to get the form of the face right first, and I'm just gonna put in the eyebrow afterwards. So let me save. Alright. Let's try and get this other eye done now. I think that will help us sort out how this cheek's supposed to look exactly, because I don't think we're quite there yet. So let's go there. I did see the voice actually getting a lot of hate from The Last of Us 2 all over Twitter. It's a real shame that people just can't accept that people will write stories how they want to write stories, and why they take it out on the actor as opposed to a writer, I do not know. Although to be honest, it's not really our place to take out anything on a writer. It's up to them how they want to write their stories and have them go. You can critique stuff, but death threats, not cool. Not cool at all. Good. Let's try and get in the iris and pupil, see if that can help us with a bit more form. A little bit of dodge right there, just saturate that out a bit, and then we blend to make it smoother. A little bit more light in this one too. Blend to make it smoother. Okay. Do I think future Final Fantasy games should use more photorealistic characters like Devil May Cry 5? Devil May Cry 5 was one of the most attractive games I've ever seen. I thought the entire thing was a cutscene when I saw some clips from it, and then I realised that it was just actual gameplay. I don't know how they managed to pull it off. That engine is crazy. Do I think that Final Fantasy will reach that? Well, yeah. I think that's that sort of level of realism is going to sort of be what people are aiming for with next gen, but on a larger scale. At the moment, I can't tell massive differences between next gen and last gen. They all look the same. It's too minute. It's more to, it seems more to do with loading than anything, and some really nice reflections. So I'm waiting to see people really stretch the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. This is not Lyrica, Samantha. Lyrica has a slightly more angular face than this, and also Lyrica has purple eyes now. That's one thing that I need to ask people who read ArcScom if they've realised how people's eyes change colour within it. Now, Terrell, I know that you are interested in Final Fantasy from your last comment, so tell me, do you think that we are going to get a Final Fantasy 16 announcement this summer or by autumn? Yes, Matt, the Lyrica has purple eyes by the fourth book. By the fourth book, she has purple eyes. They start off brown, but then they change colour. It's a standard thing for all Art Knights. They all have purple eyes. And she was an Art Knight from the beginning, but her powers were suppressed. So they can actually turn it off. Which is something that is... which she does later on. Some of them can turn it off, not all of them can. She can turn it off, but she doesn't know how to do it until a much later date. I actually feel like I should show this. Let me see if I can show this. Oh no, I can't. I don't have active screen. I wouldn't have it as an active screen. Could copy and paste in, I guess. So let me see. If I go to my pictures. Okay, let's take a scene from chapter 6. Or maybe it's from chapter 6 that our eyes go purple. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it is the end of chapter 6 that I start going purple. And it's not that obvious. Alright, I'll let you off, Sam. Oh jeez, I've lost my reference. Where's my reference gone? Anyone who was here from last time might remember that I'm using a picture of Rihanna as reference. She was just in the angle that I wanted, so I just went along with her. Hey Nasa. Terrell. I think that they're very well aware that Final Fantasy VII Remake has a slightly different audience to Final Fantasy 16 than Final Fantasy 16 would have, because Final Fantasy VII still largely is going for this nostalgic crowd and audience that were already fans. So I think that to keep themselves nice and fresh and to keep bringing in new people, they might not want to drop out a sequel, only sequels for the foreseeable future. They want to have some new original content that people can jump into. And from what they've announced in their shareholders meetings, they're expecting big jumps in income after some announcements that they're going to make. So in my opinion, that's why I think that we're either going to get some really solid confirmed dates for 7, which I don't think, or which I don't think is likely, or we will see a new IP or Final Fantasy 16 itself. That's my reasoning behind it, but never know. You might be right. Okay, I see it's from a distance. Ah, the eye's off. The eye's slightly off. Okay. Can I make it slightly bigger? Is that what it is? Like that? Would that work? Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this way. There's that board around there. Sorry for the delay. I'm just posting a little story to Instagram and Facebook, just in case anybody else wants to come have a peek or join our discussion. Now let's continue with the art. Make the slope a little bit more gentle. And there. And there. Ice Cube or Ice Tea, I don't listen to either, so I don't have an opinion on that. Do I use individual people generally for reference for artwork, or take different features that you interest you for whatever character you're drawing? I have a fair enough understanding of the human face that if I see a person's that I just need to use one image and then I can just distort it how much I want so that it doesn't look exactly like the person. So typically I can just find one image of one person and just use that. I don't morph or mold or use those different features from different people. Although just going through life in general, I do analyse people's faces quite a lot. So I don't know, if you're talking to me, you'll probably notice I'm staring at you a lot. Because I'm trying to understand how exactly your face fits together and how it works, and storing that in my visual library. And sometimes it will come out and you get characters that look like certain other people, because I just decided to use some features from that person that I remember. Well, I didn't specifically pick that person, but I just said I wanted the face to have this certain feature, and it ended up making it look like a certain person that I've seen in the past, whether it be on TV or in real life. What I'm mostly looking for when I'm using reference is the lighting. The lighting and the angle of certain surfaces, like the angle of her nose or the way that her eyes match up. That's what I'm mostly looking for when I'm using people as reference. Because, like I said, for the most part, I understand the majority of how the face works, just from years of doing it. And eventually the hope is that I get to a point where I don't even need to use that reference anymore. I can literally just pull off a face with perfect lighting on a whim. But from speaking to pros and watching pros talk about that work, they seem to use reference right even after 30 years. Why can't I make a character like Kim Kardashian? There are no rules, apart from the ones that you set yourself. I was thinking of buying the PS5 straight away as soon as it comes out, but looking at the amount that I play these days, I'm just like, I'm not sure if I can justify it. They'll have to really wow me with the with their first few months of releases. Because I mean, I want to play a lot of the games that we saw at the launch event, but not enough to fork out the £450. Not at the moment. This forehead is not working for me. Could be because no eyebrows. Okay, Sam, you're gonna get your eyebrows. Let's see what we can do. Why is my eraser not full? Okay. Seriously, why is my eraser not rubbing things out properly? That one. That should work now. Yeah, that's good. Okay. No. That's not working. We just got to drop down a layer. What have I done? What have I done? Is that gonna work? Now they can seem a bit too high though. Slower a bit. Too close to the nose bridge. You may be correct. More like that. I think that might work actually. I think that's fine. Surely. Maybe. Oops. Let's take a little bit there. And let's just darken it around here so it pinches in a bit more. Alright, I think we're good. Let me just brighten up around here a bit. Give me a little bit more light in here. Start at the nostril. Start the eyebrow at the nostril. Are you sure? Is it okay for men to pluck their eyebrows? It's okay for men to do whatever they want. If it's not against the law. And it ain't hurting no one. Alright. Yeah, this is actually, this is coming together. It's finally starting to come together. Let me save it before I lose this. There we go. Good. Okay. Let me just merge these two layers now. I think that should be fine. Did I rename that layer Heck? It's gone now. Alright. Alright, we're in a good spot. What can we do about this forehead to make it nice and smooth? Well, 12, that's quite mean. Okay, we got this weird thing going on here. You see this bump here? We don't want that. Let me see if we can do anything about that. Ah, I see. Alright. Sometimes you just gotta look at the reference. The angle of the other eyebrow was wrong. That's why I wasn't working properly. I'm starting to stress kind of that as soon as I finish this head, I'm gonna have to start working on the harder bits. The hair is what I'm dreading at the moment. If I do plaits, it's gonna take me forever. If I do braids. Because I have to draw each individual. Plait into the braid. And it takes a while. This will not be a cover for a future issue. This isn't even the character from Arc Song yet. I think, generally speaking, all my Arc Song characters are solidified now because we haven't got many chapters left, so there's not very much more people to meet. Hey, there we go. Get on. What I sometimes do though is that I will design a character like this, and then if the expression and design sort of match any of my side stories, because I've got loads of side stories always on the go, like which exist within the same story as Arc Song and Chronicles of the Neighbours Haven. If I see any that I like, then I'll eventually like give them a name from one of those, and this is the image that I will give to that person. Just like Asta, because I had of course written the story for Asta ages ago, but she didn't have a look until much later when I finally started developing the story into the comic that we now have, into the graphic novel that we now have. Okay, how long have we been streaming for? Just under an hour, isn't it? Not bad for an hour, I must say. If I may say so myself. Let's try and sort this area out now. Okay, at the moment it looks too fat, put simply. You need to turn it. Your area is like thin piece of folded over paper. So if we just make sure to get that form and texture correct, then we'll be in a good spot. Do you have any gamers here? I really want to buy a gaming mouse. Because I've got a bunch of games on my computer which I want to play just to pass the time sometimes, and I just can't because a lot of them require you to use a mouse, and I don't find the mouse pad very effective. So any advice from you gamers? The first hour did fly by. Time flies when you're having fun. Interesting. Okay, let's see if I can do this with the just film my own. Alright, I see. That's where there's an issue. It comes in down here and goes down here. I wonder how big the delay is on this recording. Because sometimes you guys are answering questions which I answered about 3 minutes ago. I do feel like the delay might be literally a few minutes. Yeah. I'm not playing first person shooters, but at the same time I'm not playing third person games either. I want to play more sort of, well, more indie ones which may be side scrollers and stuff like that, but a lot of instructions require some really fine control with the mouse, or being able to use a mouse reflexively. And it's often, if you try and do that with a pad, it tends to just be, you tend to click the wrong thing or the wrong area of the pad, and it's annoying. Let's go darker. A little bit warmer, a little bit darker. Let me just fill my ear slightly. Alright, I see. Should really get a mirror to put on my desk instead of having to feel everything. Alright. Good. Really sharp bit of light here where it catches that bit of cartilage that sticks out just above the fleshy part of the lobe. And we've got some indication of all the little dips and stuff here. Should it have been warmer? Maybe so. So let's make it a little bit warmer around the edge here. And there we go. And it still needs just a little bit of light here. I'm not decided whether she has an airing yet. I can add that on later. Ninja Air 58 gaming mouse. Ooh. Alright. Let me just type it into a search bar and I'll check it out later. Ah, that was not what I was expecting. That was not what I was expecting at all. That's a pretty sleek design. I was expecting one of those massive ones. You know, the ones from that company with the 3-headed snake? I can't remember what it's called. Jeez, I've lost my reference. Here it is. Alright. You need to come round like this, and you need to come out like that. So you can come down here, and you can come around here. Gosh, ears are so irritating. They're actually so irritating. How's the price for the air mouse, Sam? Okay, a little bit closer now. And you here, and you there, and you there, and you here. Good, 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 and good. If you now just add a little bit more light to this section, more warmth with that light. And then underneath, if we put that hint, a little bit of bounce light coming from behind. You there, and you there, maybe even a little bit from you there. I think down here in the canal, just need to make it a little bit darker. Ah, you sent me a link on thing. Okay, I'll check that out as well. I'll weigh up the two and see whether I want a sleeker design or a more gaming style one. So just fold a bit more onto itself. Yes, okay, that's good. The air works. See if we can put some piercings on that later on, but for now we'll leave it be. Whew. Stressful. Alright, on to the next part. Okay, I want some warmth in these shadows, so I'm going to go pretty dark here. I'm going to keep it nice and saturated. Pull some oranges and reds in if we need to. Alright, I'm just going to drag this onto my other screen because my other screen has better quality resolution and colour than my tablet. Do that once it's finished loading anyway. Alright, there we go. Let's drag it across. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly, no need to spend huge amounts on something that I'm just using for casual use. I'll leave the expensive purchases to my art stuff because that's the places where I really need it. She's not real, Terrell. Leave her alone. Yes. Lips I'm going to stress about later. Let's do her clothes. We need some blue reflecting across. Let's make you a little bit more. No. So like that. You in there. Just a little bit. Does that work? Is that bounce light appropriate? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully. Light's coming from this side, so this will be complete shadow. Let's see what we get. That's on the wrong side. So let's go that way and that way, if I remember correctly. There we go. Make it a little bit darker as well, because it'll be less light. Not just saturated. Which means this is more likely to be this colour. Yeah, I know colours can affect people. I'm an artist and a teacher, it's part of my job to know. That's why branding's so important. Look at all your branding, what colours are stuff. All health is green and white and blue. And a lot of food is red and yellow and white. Colours are an interesting thing. And context is everything. Context also makes the colours. I don't know if you've seen if anyone's seen any clips from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but that is one anime where they go mad with the colours. And it all depends on what sort of lighting they're in. But they take it to an extreme where literally sometimes that skin is like purple or pink. It's just really red. I've seen a few episodes of it. I can't tell if it's laughing at itself or if it's seriously supposed to be serious. Junk food is red branding. Yeah, I guess it is. Burger King, KFC, McDonald's, they all have it. Our chicken shops here on the high streets in London all have it. They all have that red colour. Red, white and yellow. Bit of blue as well every now and then. This nice blue colour right here. The image is becoming unbalanced. This is bothering me. When I say unbalanced, this is what I mean. We're very blue down here. Up here we're very yellow and orange. Here we've got this like shock of purple. We need something to balance out these colours. We need some purple up here and maybe a little bit down here. We need some of this blue up here and we need some of this yellow filtering through the blue a bit. Let me see if I can bring this in. Otherwise the image will look too much like it's in sections. Let me see if I can bring in some of this orange actually. If you can have it catch on the side of here, that might work a little bit. Saturate yourself a little bit more, not that much. Are we getting somewhere? Alright, yes we are. Okay, a little bit of you there, a little bit of you on the end there. Save. Okay, this is good. Take a bit of that colour, just throw it in there, up there, that way, down. That's it. Are you guys following me when I spoke about balancing a few minutes ago? Did you get what I meant? Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's on my list. That's getting a live action adaptation by Netflix as well. I think the orange here is just a little bit too strong. Let's bring you back a bit. Good, good. I mean, people who have studied art will understand, but once you didn't, it might be a bit like, what's going on when he's talking about saturated and balanced and stuff like that. This is looking much better than I thought it would. Which is always a good sign. Let's try this side. See what we can do over here. Let's go a little bit darker. A bit more saturated. That way. That way. There. I think the difference between these two is a bit too much. Let's just darken it a little. Bring out a little bit more of this really nice teal, sort of cobalt colour. What colour is this? I don't even know. The material doesn't matter. It's fantasy material. It can be whatever you want it to be. It fits everybody perfectly and shows off all their muscles. Sometimes when I design these characters, I'm just like, how does this even work? How did they even put this thing on? Or what happens if they gain an extra 50 grams? Will they still fit this? Now that I've finally figured out how to get OBS working, I wonder if I can do this in a way where some of my face is shown in like the corner as well, or where I can have a few of us working at the same time, a few artists. Because I've seen some people do it. Some of the artists that I follow, where they've got like 3 of them creating at the same time. I think that's pretty cool. Because you guys don't want to just see my stuff all the time. When there's so many other great artists out there doing their thing. How do I feel about this white gap here? I'm not sure. Okay, we'll try this. Oh, my hand. Ah, thank you, Tara. Although when I put the hair on, it might just ruin the entire thing. Who knows? Hopefully not, but it could be like that sometimes. Back up. Get a little orange on you right here. Good. Let's break up this white. Distressed leather. Is that where you can sort of see some colour coming through underneath? One thing I definitely want to work on is my textures with the materials. I think from relying so heavily on the brush tool, a lot of my stuff looks very smooth. And I want to make it that so that I can get rough textures if I want to, like get a rusty metal texture. Why would I find Aloy's hair weird? Aloy's hair works weird with the physics, but otherwise her hairstyle is very well designed. And the person who designed Aloy, who designed most of Aloy, which is Lois van Baal, one of my favourite artists, she herself plaits her hair a lot, her own hair a lot. She's where is she? She's Dutch, but she always plaits her hair a lot. And to be fair, in the character design looks a lot like the creator herself, like the designer herself. Of course, the final version looks nothing like her. It looks like was it modelled after anyone? I think, yeah, it was modelled after the voice actress, I believe. Or it was modelled after an actress anyway. But her hair was fine. Cultural appropriation. Every culture has plaits. We know that. Every single culture has plaits. I will not... It doesn't bother me. Certain stuff is cultural appropriation. Plaits and braids are not. In that context. They can be in certain contexts, but not in that context. So, yeah, it's a bit more complex than that. But there are certain times when plaits and braids are fine, and there's certain places where they're not. With A-light, it's fine. If anyone's wondering who we're talking about, when we say Aloy, just have a Google search of ALOY and then type Horizon and you'll see who we're talking about. But you make a good point, Terrell. Those are sort of conversations which game makers need to have more. They need people saying, is it alright for us to do that? And someone coming and saying, yeah, it's fine, carry on. Because I don't know if you've heard that about The Last of Us, but originally The Last of Us was supposed to be that all men were immune to the disease that turned them into those weird zombie-looking things, and it was only women who caught it. So you were literally running from women, shooting women, and the whole concept was just messed. It took a female developer coming and telling them, yeah, that doesn't quite sit right, we can't do that, for them to realise, oh wait, this is already messed, we can't do this. That's the state of the gaming industry right now. So yeah, the discussions have to be had. Hopefully more developers will ask questions like you. Okay, we've got about half an hour left, guys. And to be honest, I think the hair is the main thing right now. That's glaring us in the face, that needs to be done. So, here we go. I'm going to duplicate this, just in case I accidentally wreck up the face in the process. So we'll keep a copy right there. And we shall begin. Let's think, what sort of hair should I do? I'm lazy. But we're going to make it looser curls. I might make the front, I might plait the front in rows here, but all this stuff, no, I'm not planning. I'm not making up braids. It's gonna flow. It's gonna be looser curls. I think that's the best way to do it. So let's go dark. I'm going to get rid of my colour sample as well, because I think that's messing up the balance too. This white at the bottom is a problem. Oops. Okay, let's take some of the back. That's the other way around. Really interested in getting more Berserk game. Yeah, not sure if I'd be interested in playing that. I like saving the day, not bad things happening over and over and over again, which is basically what Berserk is. These days I'm trying to get more variety in my hairstyles. I feel like I've been playing it a bit safe. Sort of going with the ones that we see a lot, or we saw a lot in the last sort of decade in this country. Whereas I think people are being a lot more experimental and to be honest. Just from my research and reading, I've seen a lot of really interesting hairstyles from various different ethnic groups from different parts of the world, from parts of Eastern Russia, various parts of Africa, especially the East, which I don't really, in the past I never really did much research into. I didn't know much about. Got some really interesting hairstyles in the Americas. I know many of the First Nations and native people in the US, their hair is very important. Women and men will wear their hair in a certain way depending on the position that they hold and where they're married and things like, and stuff like that. So, no, really interested in getting a bit more into that. I haven't looked much into hairstyles of more Southern Asian and Eastern Asian groups though, so I think that might be something worth looking into in the future. Got light coming from there. Further down, a little bit further down. Far apart. I knew it. This hair is going to be so hard to do. Why do I do this to myself? Oh gosh, no, that's too far. Why do I do this to myself? I'm trying to help we can forward a little bit more. Maybe some of the ones come forward a bit more too. Give it a little bit of audience peak there. Glisten the air. Do you mean glisten the hair? The hair will need light on it, it will. But I'm just putting down the base for the hair at the moment, for me to draw each individual plait into. Which will take probably a good half an hour, so I'm probably not going to end up doing it today. Okay, so as a front for hair, afterwards it can burst out like that. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, then who knows. 1 second while I research some references for braids. Oh, why didn't I do these massive ones? Why have I done such tiny ones? This is why you find reference before, not during, not during or after the fact. Alright, this looks... Alright, yep, I remember. They're gonna be cornrows. because the singles would kill me. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I can't. So it goes like that, like that, like that, like, no, yeah, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's see what we can do. So, that's what we're going for. A bit more yellow in this. A little bit more white. Bad for the hairline. Real apologies to this young lady. I'm sure she only has it for a short time, she'll be fine. Alright, so we'll leave those like that. And we'll go to a slightly lighter black. And we'll start putting down these forms. Oh, that's too light. Alright, maybe we need a slightly darker black actually. A little smudge there, give it some motion. A bit darker. Oh my gosh, I can't even see. The glare on my screen is too much. A bit far. Why, thank you. These won't be my best set of cornrows. I think my best set will probably be the ones which you may have seen on my painting of rhyme. Those ones I sat down and spent ages like fully studying it. It was worth it though. It looks very good in the end. Heighten the opacity slightly. A little bit lighter. There we go. Breakfast. Cereal. Can't go wrong with a good breakfast. Yeah, these plaques are shockingly untidy. She should ask for a refund. Got cereal and Cocoa Pops. I feel like a little bit of chocolate today. approaching our last 15 minutes. Okay, my hand is starting to hurt slightly. It's not often that I work for 2 hours straight. Normally, back in my university days I did, but since leaving and slowing down slightly, it tends to be that I work for about half an hour and then take a break. Also from the advice of a physiotherapist too. That's what he said. Regular breaks. Prolong your art career and all that. I did do a video on it on my channel if you want to have a look. It's one of my early ones from 2 years ago. Porridge with Nutella. Hey. Sounds like a treat. A couple weeks old. Alright, we'll settle for that one. You see what I mean by this is going to take some time though. I'm going to start with the cameras and just show you how I'll do the hair later on. Now, this is where I'll have to do some studies. I do know some women with very long hair, but I actually haven't taken that much time to analyze the way that the light reacts with it. And I think it will take me too long to search and find the correct results, because if you look for black women with long hair, you're bound to get a lot of relaxing or just straight up afros. But when it's been not fully straightened but sort of really detangled, you get a really interesting texture and the light does not act how you would expect on it. So I'm going to put in some sort of space filler here for now, where it's just sort of wavy, but this is definitely not how I'm going to leave it. Porridge with peanut butter. That's a thing? Is it nice? Well, it must be, otherwise you won't be eating it, I guess. Clear on my screen, it's mad. Save. Still can't believe I did this all in one layer. I tend to shake up the layers a bit, but this one's completely one layer. been a long time since I've worked like that. It's pretty cool. Banana milkshake and peanut butter. You guys are serious. Okay, here's starting to come together. Down the bottom left, but like I said, this placeholder here, the real hair will be more representative of what her proper hair would probably be like. But we place fill for now. Or placehold for now. How would it come out exactly? It tends to burst out and then it swirls round, so maybe that shouldn't be there. Or maybe it should. Oh dear, what have I done? That's what happens when you don't have long hair. You don't understand the physics of it. It's turned into quite a quiet afternoon after all that noise that we got at the beginning of the stream. And then we're back to work tomorrow. Let's zoom out a bit and have a look at this thing before I finish up. I've got some yellowy, orangey brown down on the shirt just to bring a little bit of balance. Blend that in. I haven't been outside. What's this character's name? I don't know, actually. There was a new story that I was working on, and there was a character within it who's a major figure within the whole universe of the Arc Regenesis. So that's my comic universe, comic and novel universe, if you read Inquiry as well. And this does actually fit a description quite well. Very, very, very significant figure in that the war which Asta fought in. If you've read Asta's piece, the whole war that's about. If this is the woman who I'll turn to that character, she's actually the one that started it. Very powerful figure because she has the ability to move very, very quickly. No, she has the ability to to teleport. That's it. To bend time and space. She can teleport, which is an incredibly rare ability and it's extremely strong ability as well. So she uses it to invade other planets, the other 2 planets, and that's what starts the entire war off. That we see in Asta's piece. What was that person's name? I can't remember what the character's name was. I really can't remember. I have to dig back through my files and find it out. But when I upload this, I tend to upload my character drawing sketches and paintings like this. I tend to upload them with the information on who they are and some of the information about what they did and why they're known. So you'll get that there. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of this piece. I can't believe where it came from to where it is now. Thanks for keeping me company with this, guys. Because I did not expect this. I will put a little bit more work into it before I upload it at some point during the week, but yeah, I think we did a good job. Yes, in this time period, teleporting will be very, very helpful. I was on public transport yesterday. The police were out stopping people who didn't have masks on. Keep on with that bounce light. Let me try and make it to 5 o'clock on the dot. Yep, we all need to do our small part to get rid of it, that's right. As long as it stops the molecules in your mouth from going out into the air and onto people, Terrell, use whatever you need. I think that's the point that I've been trying to get across these last few weeks. I don't think buses are allowed to fill up, you know. like a goddess braid on top of the head. Oh, this bit here. Oh, that's not a bad idea actually. I literally had it that the hair was just sort of bursting out. You know, like when women plait their hair up to a certain point and they just leave the hair at the back. My mum does that every now and then. Well, she don't do plaits at the front. She tends to just put it back. But yeah, where it jumps out of the back. But if this was a massive braid going over, I think that would actually be pretty cool. I wonder if I can make that work. Probably could, but if I just add a little bit more form to it. Sam, you are a genius. It's a shame there's only been 3 or 4 of us for most of this. Back when we had 13 that time, we had a really good session. Hopefully we can have some in the future. Maybe if I keep it really regular, every Friday evening, same time, then people get used to it. And then they'll know to tune in. I might have to rely on Instagram or Facebook algorithms. I think I'm slightly losing the form of the hair. Let's see what I can do about that. Yeah, I should bring it back if I do that the whole way around. Yeah, as I've said a few times, you can't be a good artist without having some knowledge of, or good designer anyway, without having some knowledge of other areas. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. What do you know? You've done it. Oh, Terrell. Okay, I'll do my best. I'll see if I can do every Friday or every other Friday at least, regularly, super regularly. So we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for coming. Thanks for a great conversation. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Press the like button if you haven't as well. And yeah, check out some of our other videos. Earlier today I uploaded one on heroes. Terrell did mention it earlier. And it linked directly into My Hero Academia. I don't know if some of you watch it. But it does touch on some Western heroes and how it works and how we view them as well. And that's from our podcast, which I'm hoping to, with the 3rd episode, post up to Spotify and start getting that rolling. Also, I've got a really exciting collaboration coming up, so watch out for our post tomorrow evening. I've got a really good video coming up at 6 PM. Okay, so that's all. Thanks for all your input and all your help and for keeping me company. Have a brilliant day until next stream. Bye.